Shalom, shalom, brothers. Brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First thing first, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahar Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders in his true from. Blessing to the Akimadir preaching his word with horror to his true sincerity. Blessing 144,000, 1/3. The first fruits, kingdom of heaven, house of David, the Biafta Wadah. And shalom, brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations. Shalom to you, brothers. So today, brothers, man, I wanted to, go into the spirit of, trusting in the Lord a little more, especially when it comes to blessing your hand. We are, at the end days. It's a little bit of a, how do I explain this? It's like a little bit of a thing where you got to like take the crumbs with this thing. Brothers are still going to work. Brothers have businesses they're still trying to do. Brothers have ideas and things of the world. They might be maybe building a home, building a basement, little things that's going on in brothers' lives that, requires time, patience, and, prayer and just, due diligence, right? But hey, listen, we all know that at the end of this thing, that we know that all things are counted for a loss. That part is very true. So, you don't want to be in a position where you like, well, you know what, F it. You know what I mean? This thing is going to crumble anyway. Why am I going to do this? Nah, not at all. We are at the end of times. So, who knows the timing of the end days as far as what it is as of right now. This thing could be another year from now. This could be 6 months. This can be even 2 years, maybe even 5. But at the end of the day, though, all those different time frames that I just brought up are very short, very short. But at the same time, brothers got families. We are at the very moment, we're still in a secure society where we still have to pay taxes. We still have to pay for bills, loans. We have to go to work in order to eat. So if you're in a position where you can build and you're trying to develop something, do it. Go for it. At the end of the day, and just pray to the Lord that the Lord bless your hand. And, you know what I mean? Just keep it rolling until Yahweh send Yahweh Shah and destroy this whole thing, the society, economic collapse, Jacob's trouble, the chip, the whole lifestyle that we're living at the moment before it goes down. You know what I mean? We need to keep it pressing. So there's nothing wrong with making your money. There's nothing wrong with doing your thing. We just know that at the end of the day, we're going to use the world and not abuse the world. So I just wanted to say that. This is going to be, I'm let the video go how it goes. I did wanted to go into, I can start 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, I started at 6. It says, wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Now, I brought that out because, I'm speaking to myself as well in such ways. You always want to monitor the scriptures on yourself too and govern yourself. There's things that brothers are trying to do that brothers would like to do and probably just kind of hindering and delaying. It could be fear. It could be hesitation. It could be procrastination. All that is rooted in doubt and fear. So if that's the case, I look at it like this. I'm speaking to myself as well. All this stuff on this side is Esau's kingdom, man. The so-called white man. All this shit is folly. All this stuff is low level. And then when you look at this thing, it's low level compared to the kingdom. In the kingdom of heaven, everything that's going to exist is going to be unfathomable and unbelievable of the ideas and technology and the style of living and the manner of stones and gold streets and things that's going to be possible is going to seem impossible. It seems to be impossible on this side. We dealing with cars, man. And even on the highest level is Ferrari, Bugatti, Lamborghini, whatever. Brothers in the kingdom going to be dealing with chariots, man, flying everywhere. And you know what I mean? Doing things is unreal. So when you look at it from that perspective, what you got to lose, man? go ahead and ball out, big dog. Like, just go ahead and go for it. It's all bullshit on this side. All is vanity. All is just moth, rough, and corrupt. And, you know what I mean? Like it says in Matthew. It ain't like it's the things of the kingdom that won't moth, rough, and corrupt, where robbers do steal. They're not. It's going to be impossible to experience that. On this side, everything is counted for a loss. So you acquire and you lose, and you acquire and you lose, and everything has its ending. It is what it is. So just, you know what I mean, do what you gotta do. At the end of the day, though, you gotta go to work, you gotta feed your family, you gotta ball out over here. Nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with striving to get money as well. As long as you use the world, don't abuse the world, and the love of money is the root of all evil. Not the desire to go get it and to sustain yourself. Because remember, money is a defense. We gotta remember that. Philippians. It's been a while. I haven't clicked on Philippians. Philippians 4 and 13. It says, I can do all things through Yahweh Shah, which strengthen me. Straight up like that. So when you coming from a fear and a doubt perspective, then you I hate to say it in such of a weird manner, but if you living and you striving in a little more of doubt, you're kind of going off now. Because what kind of Israelite is that when you know you got the Lord with you? You know what I mean? Like when you look at it like from that perspective, like it's okay to hesitate sometimes. It's okay to kind of, I don't want to say doubt for real, but hesitate, procrastinate. You kind of, you did a little bad with your time. All right. But doubt and fear on things on this side, come on, man. When you think about it, man, we ain't trying to be rich for real, but $1 million is not a lot. 50,000 is not a lot. 100,000 is not a lot. If you had that type of money, whatever, like, so be it. If you're going for that type of money, then go for it. You can do all things in Yahweh Shah, man. You know what I'm saying? And what did the Lord say anyway? It ain't nothing to make a man rich. Even if you look at it from that perspective, Lot was rich. Abraham was rich. Isaac was rich. Job was rich as hell. You know what I mean? Like all the renowned men that we follow and we go after to, read about their lifestyles and how they were doing their thing were rich. Solomon was rich. David was rich. Like that ain't nothing for real. And it ain't like they didn't lose sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know what I mean? Take care of brothers and do what you gotta do. Now, granted, if brothers feel some indifferently, fine. But if a brother is in real estate or a brother has a car dealership or a brother has a business that requires that a lot of effort, but the proceeds and the reward of it is hard body. I mean, you just made 50,000 that month. What if you did that? What if you did 50,000 each month of the year? What's that? 12 times 50? I don't know. I can't really call what that is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of fucking money. Excuse my language. Right? Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Off the strength of the fact, 12 times 50. Well, in a sense of 50,000. So 12 times 50,000, right? Is $600,000. That's in a sense of a lot of money. If a brother made that much, then so be it. Like whatever. That's what his business proceeds and rewards come to. It ain't that deep, man. Ain't that deep. So if you're gonna go for it, man. It's all gonna come to a loss anyway. So you might as well just create a defense for yourself while you can have it. Your car break down, your family needs something, the crib. You never know what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's only a defense. If you look at it that way, it's not that deep. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Here's another one I brought up before. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So the Lord go hard, bro. Go hard. Do your thing. At the end of the day, though, just know that it ain't going to save you. It ain't going to deliver you. The Lord is what you need. Other than that, if you're going to go make your money, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's all this really is, though. And that's really what I wanted to kind of get with that, in case brothers, hesitating on things and got some ideas and they wanted to, come up with something. May the Lord bless your hand, man. Stick with the Lord. Be with your brothers in the highways and hedges. Do these videos. Do the work of the Lord. And all these things shall be added unto you. Matter of fact, let's go to Matthew. Let's end off with that. Matthew, I believe, was at 6. I think it's 6. It's at the very bottom. It says, but seek, verse 33, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Straight like that. So obviously it's the Lord that's going to bless your hand and grant the yes or no. So if you know that, then why don't you just do the work of the Lord? And then from that standpoint, if that's what it is, do the work of the Lord, do as for the Father. And then, pretty much, may everything else be added unto you. As a matter of fact, Sirach 14 and 12. I'm going to end off with this one. Sirach 14 and 12. It says, my son, 11, my son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offering. Remember that the death would not be long in coming, and that the covenant of the grave is not showed unto thee. You see that right there? So it's like, man, look, man, this shit short as hell we got going on. Why not just make something for yourself and do something for yourself and make it worth your while? Just give the Lord his due diligence and his due offering. Call Allah Yahweh Shem El Shah and thank the Lord for everything that he's given you and allow you to have. Simple as that. I brought this out as edifying to you, brothers, Lord willing. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Bahar Kakwadash. Yahweh, he is the be, he exists. Ba'Shem, the name and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior. Yahweh Shah, Baha, and the Holy Spirit of Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders to learn the truth from. Blessings to Akim there preaching his word, or whole true sincerity. Blessed 144,000, 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. House of David, the Biaf Dawadah. And Shalom, brothers, they're speaking different tongues and living in different nations. Shalom, brothers.